This is the time of the year, if you're on Medicare, that you might start, having to look at if you haven't done it before. And this is the first time that you might have to do some add-ons. Isn't that right? Gary Smith
That's
from the
correct.
Gary Smith Agency. How you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Last time I saw you, we were over at your brand new location in Pascagoula. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
We
We're
wanted
very
to,
proud.
Yes, you should. Well, you should be. Well, we wanted to have you come into the studio this time. And as I said, this is the time of the year when people need to start looking at different things. Why should they come to you?
That's right. This is the annual election period for the seniors. It starts October 15th, goes through December 7th. And this is their opportunity to change their Medicare Advantage plan and or change their drug plan. If they have a Medicare supplement and it's paying too much, the cost has gotten too high, then they can change to a Medicare Advantage plan at this point in time. And you asked the question, why should they come to
why should I come to you and talk
That's right.
to you?
Well, one of the biggest benefits of coming to us is our value, I guess you could say, would be that we are a real business. We are brick and mortar. A lot of my competition works from their home, and when you try to get the service after the sale, they're never available because they don't have staff. They're not, quote, a real business. And we get a lot of complaints in January, February, March, and April. I can't find the person that sold me. So there's very little service after the sale, I guess you could say. So one of the advantages of coming to us is, hey, we're not going anywhere because we know we're a real business. We're going to be here for the long haul. We answer our phones. You're never going to get a computer. You're going to talk to the same person twice. Not a problem here. It's just like a family. I mean, you're going to become part of our family once we put you into the system, and then we're not going to forget about you. And I think that's critical.
Oh, of course it is. It is. And I mean, and that's the feeling that you get whenever you come and sit. Like I said, we came and visited him at his office, and that is the feeling that you get while you're there, is that it's family.
That's right.
Everybody smiles, they welcome you and greet you, and how you doing and everything, and you're always, what can we do for you? Or what do you need to change?
And that has been my core principle, service, because as we talked last time, the customer now has a choice.
Right.
I mean, you can buy from the agent across the street. You can buy from an agent in the state next to us, online. You can go to the companies direct. I mean, they have a lot of choices, and the price is all the same. So what's going to separate me from the other person? What's going to separate them? Do you want to call a 1-800 number and never get anyone to never talk to the same person twice? So we value that, and we understand that. The consumer has a choice. So we better be on our game and do the best we can do.
Now, you're talking about choices. What kind of different choices are there? I know and that's important. It's going to vary from person to person. As we were talking before we came out here, is I'm at the age of 62.
Right.
I did not know that you could actually, how many months out? 18 months out?
18 months out for your COBRA.
Yeah, you could get COBRA before you get into Medicare.
That's right.
And so I'm going to let you explain all that, because it's a
Right.
lot easier.
That's absolutely. If you're retiring, don't retire 20 months out because your COBRA is only going to go 18. You can't buy insurance at 64 3/4. Okay, so you're going to be stuck without insurance. So as we mentioned last time, call us before you get ready to retire. Call us. We like to talk to people at 64, 63. Ahead of time so that they can prepare, because as you're making that transition from the working career into the Medicare world, there is a transition, and we will guide them through that process. It can be complicated, but it's not complicated if you just know the steps, and that's where we come in.
And then, unless, in my case, your spouse is still working.
She's a little younger than you,
yeah,
which is typical.
Yes, which she is, and she could get insurance through her job, her place, and we could go from there. And,
That's right.
Until
the magic moment she turns 65.
Yeah, that's going to be a while.
Which is going to be a while for you. And like I said, most of them are a couple of years behind. We see that all the time. And it's the same scenario. If the husband's going to work past 65, the wife is now Medicare eligible, or 18 months out. Don't put your wife in the same scenario where she can't keep COBRA, and then she's now 64 3/4 and has to go 2-3 months without insurance.
Right. So what are some of the things that you need to start looking at as far as these add-ons or whatever?
Correct.
For Medicare?
So for Medicare, for right now, for all the listening viewers we have out there for the next two and a half months, They want to be looking at, are their drugs covered going into 2019? That is the number one thing we stress. Is their doctors covered if they have a Medicare Advantage plan? And then make sure their drugs are covered on the Medicare Advantage plan. And of course, they can change. Maybe their doctor's no longer taking their plan. So this is their opportunity to look at a different plan. So that, yeah, the biggest thing right now for them is we always stress is make sure your medication is covered going into 2019.
Does the things change every year?
They change every year. So what was
So like
covered
somebody
in
who's,
18
I was going to say, yeah.
may not be covered in 19. It might be a tier 1 in 2018, and the companies have decided to make it a tier 3, which makes it more expensive for you. Some doctors make a choice to get out. They don't want to do business with company A for whatever reason, and they'll try to do that at this time of the year because they know that consumers' products run from January to December.
So that's why you need to really stay on top of these things because, I mean, if it changes on you and you keep the same one, I mean, even if you do end up keeping the same one, it's probably good to get re-educated on what's available to you.
We mail our customers a letter every year. This time it goes out around the end of September, 1st of October, reminding our customers, make sure your medication's covered. Make sure your doctors are covered. Give us a call. Let us talk to you. And we find that very helpful. We find it very helpful, and there's a lot of value in that.
Because there's different changes. I mean, you mentioned prescriptions, dental, things like that. I mean, is vision even covered under some of it?
In some of the plans, vision is covered. And I tell you something else that's become popular: cancer insurance.
Really?
Yes, because a lot of people are now wanting to go to MD Anderson, right?
Yes, definitely.
Or Ochsner's, and they're from here. They forget about hotel expense, travel expense, which Medicare does not cover. So we've actually had a lot of people asking us over the last 6 months about cancer. It's something we have overlooked as a company.
But now that there's something that you can offer.
We offer it now.
Wow.
So we offer now a lump sum.
And I'm sure there'll be something that will change come next year.
Yeah, exactly. It's the good thing about our business, it's always changing.
Yes, definitely. And again, that's why you know, you're such a value to your customers is because you are local, even though you're in Pascagoula.
That's right.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, you
No,
service
we're
people
local.
all over the coast, so you are a local agency.
That's right. You can pick up the phone, you can call us, and key, we always answer the phone, and you can always talk to the same person twice, 3 times, or 4 times. You don't have to tell the story over and over and over, which we know is aggravating.
That's awesome. Gary, it's always a pleasure to talk to you again.
Thank you again for having me.
Definitely, definitely. So again, if you need some more information, it's that time of the year. If you're Medicare or you're about to become Medicare for the first time, call the Gary Smith Agency, set up an appointment, take that little ride over to Pascagoula, and they'll be glad to take care of you and get you on the right track. Thank you.